Got it. Everybody has to click got it. Um, all right, let's see how we're doing. And Anna, you raising your Zoom hand, that didn't seem to work. It's not your fault, it's Zoom's fault. It does it all the time.
Okay.
So we're streaming on YouTube. We'll just get started. I will start recording and then I will share my screen and go over some slides and then Anna, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
Uh, and it's so funny. So just give me a second. There we go. Um, we're going to do that for a minute while I also take a look at. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's see. View full screen, not full screen, just get rid of the sidebar. I'll blend it tonight. Anyway, welcome everybody. It's Friday Night Comics. It's Friday night where I am and where some of you are. It might be Saturday morning where you are. It might be Friday afternoon. I don't know. Could be all sorts of things. Anyway, we're really happy you're here. This is the Sequential Artists Workshop. Um, this is our 2.5 years in running Friday Night Workshops. We're a nonprofit. We're a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. We have online courses at learn.sawcomics.org. What else can I tell you? Let's scroll. Let's see. I can tell you that next week we have Erica Pascal in this spot doing space music. We also have a bunch of courses happening right now, including Beth Tremblay's Well on Your Way and DIY publishing and Procreate and freelancing and all sorts of stuff coming up in the next few weeks and months. Um, Beth's course is a really intensive deep dive in memoir. It's 3 months long. We also have Hyena Hell, who's one of our favorites here at SAW, is is doing monthly mentoring starting February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. It's also Ash Wednesday, and that's when she's going to start. And you might want to take a look at that. Podcast with Jess Relifson and I, issue 2 just went out today. It's about us talking about how bad it feels to make comics. Go check it out. Search for The Terrible Anvil. And thank you everybody who has donated and recognizes that donations are a big part of what we how we survive and thrive here. So I want to thank everybody for donating today or any other time you've donated and keep it up. Thank you. Let's see what else. You can also become a sustaining member donor. We really appreciate that. So we'll get started. Please no inappropriate speech or imagery, no trolling or hate speech. Oh, wait, I think I got one other thing to tell you, which is um, that share on social media. Friday Night Comics is the hashtag and the @comics workshop. And I'll give you um, Anna's @symbol thing, whatever you call it. And you can also find us at members.sawcomics.org, sharing lots of stuff. But in addition to that, we've been doing weekly PDFs really fast. And so if you're into what you did and you want to share it, look in the links for the Dropbox link. It'll be the same every week. We've set it up that way. And here's a little quick view of what we did
Oh,
this
I
week. And
love it. It's so cute.
yeah, it's
That's
super cool. And I'll send you the link. I'll put that in the chat for everybody to download
yeah.
last week's and to
Yeah.
contribute to this week's. Anyway, enjoy. I have a couple pages of your work in progress because I like it so much. So I hope you don't mind me giving a
You're
preview.
so
Oh, look,
sweet.
that's not supposed to be so big. There we go. But here we are for real with
Mm.
Anna Selheim again, making a witch Sona. So you can tell me what that means.
Yeah.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
stop sharing. There we go. All right, Anna, welcome. I'm going to spotlight you, and then I'll spotlight your drawing
And
table.
I also need to remember, how do I share my screen?
Okay, you should be able to, but if you can't, let me know.
No, I just like, oh, there's a share screen. All right, that was easy. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Anna Selheim. Can you see my screen? You
Yeah,
good?
Anna Selheim, cartoonist and chaos bomb.
Okay. Hello. So my name is Anna Selheim. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator out of Baltimore City. I should tell you, I have COVID really bad, so I might be a little spacey
Oh
and
no.
and may not be the most polished. And I'm also will probably be dabbing my head, my like my face like a television pastor with a towel, but other than that, should be good. We're gonna go with it. So I'm an illustrator and cartoonist out of Baltimore, Maryland. My work is primarily autobiographical, deals with a lot of health stuff, both mental health and chronic illness related stuff. And this is where you can find me online. So you can read a lot of my comics for free at annaselheim.com. And I'm at Anna Selheim on Patreon, what is that? Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok. So this week we're making witch sonas. Why are we making witch sonas this week? Because witch sonas is a yearly thing that people have done since like 2016, 2017. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about the year. But this is from witchsona-week.tumblr.com. Yes, it's an annual event. And so oh, hold on. I just got to get rid of all these. Okay. So this is what actually is a witch sona, and a witch sona is a witch persona. It's how you would imagine yourself as a witch with magical powers and cool outfits and cute animal companions. Witch sonas, like any other sonas, parentheses, because there's also like mermaid, I think, uh, are a way to think about yourself in a new way. They can look like you, but they don't have to. And then the second paragraph is all about witches don't have to be women, they can be any gender. And then at the bottom, there's just to summarize really quickly, they say, the thing that's cool about Witsonas is you can both exaggerate and fictionalize and use attributes about yourself to celebrate yourself when incorporating them into your familiars or your powers, stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's a way to celebrate yourself. And then it has this whole thing about like the mental health aspects of it, which I think is a little overblown. But regardless, people draw witch sonas every year, and so we're doing it this week because next week is technically the week you're supposed to do it, but Friday is in February. Okay. So come on, dude. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Why is this not letting me? Bam. All right. So these are examples of witch sonas from years past. You got Kate Leth. You've got, do not know how to pronounce their last name at the bottom. But a lot of cartoonists have done this. This is all from like a particular article about like which sonas the first year they did it or when it got popular. You have Stevenson over there. And yeah, a lot of people just use it as an excuse to draw themselves in like a witch costume. We're going to go a little further with it. I'm always a fan of people drawing their witch sonas to look nothing like them. Or to focus more on their personality than their them in a cool outfit and hat. But either way is totally fine. Uh, so this is where you can start getting more into like the comic aspect of witch sonas. Tonight's workshop, I'm going to have two options for you, and I'm going to have to talk to Tom about the way to delineate time. But something that you can do is also list out everything you have in your bag, like and some spells that you cast. There's a prompt that's also annual every year called Meet the Artist. So this person has taken the Meet the Artist prompt from Instagram or Twitter and the Witch Sona prompt on Instagram and Twitter and kind of combine them so that you know everything that they're holding, plus all of like a little bit about their spells and who they are as a witch. And yeah, again, you can get super detailed with it. So, let's see. So this is one I did a couple years ago. I would say, capable artist. I'm definitely not someone that if you look at my illustration, like it's gonna pop when you look at all the beautiful illustrations online. So I got way more interested in the powers I could have as a witch versus like just an illustration of me with a bunch of rocks and a hat. So And then my two dogs are my familiars. Here's me taking advantage of all of the powers I can have. I've got unlimited money. I've got stuff that I got pain relieving shoes, stuff like that. Um, and so that's probably what I'm going to have you guys focus on the most. Um, and again, this is something that you can do tonight and then polish over next week because next week is really when people post like the polish stuff. But focusing on like what your powers are, how grounded they are. You wouldn't be a god, right? You can't do everything, but what would you actually be capable of doing? Like thinking about that in your mind and then how you'd go about doing it and how it would change your day-to-day life is what I'm really focused on with this particular Witsona workshop. Um, so I teach this workshop. I do a variation of it in my class. I'm an educator. I teach comics and illustration at the Refugee Youth Project. So I teach art and comics to refugees all throughout Baltimore City. Um, and I'm always more focused on them. I'm very Linda Berry about it, where I'm more focused on like them expressing themselves and having a good time, but also practicing as much English as they can. Which is why I go more the like spells kind of route that and like the informational kind of route than just like a cool illustration of you as a witch. And then with my students, I give them options. I can let them be a superhero or a wizard or witch or a mythical creature just because a lot of my students are super religious. Or when you are 10, you are just super into the boy girl binary. And so being a witch is girly, but being a wizard is totally fine for whatever reason. So giving them options is good. And so here are some of their work from a promotional zine I did. Oh, no, 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 no. Let me go up. So Michaela is that she makes everyone say the truth, which is
Oh,
a
look at that.
good power and a bad power. But I was like, that's a good power. And then, whoa, whoa, whoa. Then this girl over here, her power is magic and she's a fairy. Oh, come on, let me zoom back out. Oh, for goodness sake, forget it. So, and then he didn't care about the assignment, so he drew a pig, and I was totally fine with that. Like, you draw what you want. Now, Falud really won the day because he drew himself as a superhero, but then his powers were fly, speed, freeze, time, and be nice. And I thought that was very good as a power. So I was like, you have the best powers. So that is why he is in a promotional zine that you can find on my website about RYP and why. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Let me go to the next one. Really weird. So yeah, the way that we can go about this is I would ask Tom how to delineate coming up with a character sheet of you and your familiars and your powers. One of the things I want though is to show you using your powers. What would that look like? One is you come up with your powers. Two is how would you actually show yourself using them? So I like this guy down here with, I guess, his weird Oracle mummy guys. That's great. Like visually, what would I'm a big pattern gal, all about the patterns. How would you show yourself using your powers? So this is like generally if a kid finishes early with the superhero thing. So Falud is from the Dominican Republic, a low level English. He's 8 years old. He got here at the time like 3 years ago. And so I was really digging his superpowers and his superhero. And I was like, hey, this is great. Can you draw yourself using them? And Faluda's he's not anymore, but he was a really quiet kid. And he's like, okay. And then you show yourself using them. And he has power over 10,000 Vegeta meme, which is like, it's unbelievable how everybody knows, regardless of how long they've been in this country, about Dragon Ball Z. But so that's so
10,000 what?
yeah, so this is from Dragon Ball Z, and the fact that he's been here for like 3 years and like is only just learning the language, and then he's like, yeah, my power's over 10,000. Yeah, that's and um, so what I would probably like to do is focus on the Witchsona itself as a character design and the list of powers and stuff for part of the class, and then you can keep doing that if you want. But I want the option to move to making a comic of you using those powers. Um, and then I guess we would share them. Tom, I'm not sure about a breakdown of how long we would work on the character sheet versus how long we would work on using the powers. Um, that
Maybe
I yeah.
uh, maybe 1 minute to list the powers, maybe 5 minutes, no, maybe less than five, maybe four to draw a character, and then the remaining time, which I'm not sure how much that'll be, to either draw a comic or one drawing of using that power.
Oh, I love it. There you go. That's great. How do I
Okay.
get out of share? Oh,
You're out of share.
I'm out of share. There we go.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
great, 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 great. Okay. So I
Gonna
guess
drop it.
yeah, let me turn this on
Yeah, and have to
and turn
sign
that off.
in. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna spotlight that one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I have to wait for you to. There we go.
Did it work?
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
I'm gonna put that in the chat. We're gonna spend, what do you say? 1 to 2 minutes to write down our powers. Write down, and these powers, and then so until 20 after.
Okay.
Then,
Let's do it.
then for 5 minutes, drawing character out of which Sona.
Yep.
Then until
That is
25.
not the right pen. And
And remaining, if I would say the remaining 10 minutes to draw comic or drawing using. Okay, got it. I put it in the chat. We'll see how that goes. So you're listing your powers. I'm going to do that too.
yes.
And this is, so what's the good way to think about this? Like powers that would just help you in your ordinary life? Do we
Well,
want,
what I would say is that, like, I mean, for me, if I was a witch, I would try to use powers that, yeah, that would be helpful in day-to-day life. I probably wouldn't be doing anything global, as much as I would. I mean, like, the thing is that I think of more limited powers, right? Like, definitely not like I am a god, I can change the world in X, Y, and Z way, but um, I probably would definitely have teleportation or being able to teleport other things. Um, but then like so much of my day-to-day uh irritation is about health. So I'd have like pain reducing shoes or like pain reducing items. And then I would honestly, I'd always have an energy spell for sure. Like you definitely want them to be more about you personally. Like you might have a ton of energy, so you don't need an energy spell, or you might not have chronic pain, but like I know one that I do that most people like is I can there's from what is the name of that movie? It was a Bewitched movie with Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell, but it showed her like essentially having an infinite money spell where she would just use her where she would just use her debit card no matter where she was, and then like it would show up as paid even though she didn't have access to money. And I'm pretty sure that's why she ended up having to get married, is because in order to keep her powers, um she needed to marry someone. I don't remember the specifics of that, but the reason she was willing to do it is so that she wouldn't have to get a job. Um, and then like an energy spell. If you have familiars, you know, what would they be doing? So I would probably my dog familiars, um, what would they be doing? Besides nagging me, they'd be able to feed themselves. Well, that's actually a bad idea. Not feed themselves, but they can walk themselves. Yeah, I can't trust them with that. Walk themselves. Um, I would say, I don't know if I'd only talk, maybe talk like limited speech, right? So they only talk when it's important. Because I don't need to be knowing like what Rudy's mind is thinking all day. I'm not that interested. limited speech. But I definitely would probably also I like the idea of freezing time. This is the one I always fantasize about because I'll wake up and have like 3 minutes before I had to get ready somewhere. Um, and then I'll be like, oh, if I could freeze time right now, I could sleep as long as I want. And then I could like get ready to go and not miss anything. Um, and then yeah, I would just again, it's like how would I um the teleportation's a big one. Another one is like, how would I get chores done more efficiently? Like, am I going to go the whole Mickey Mouse Fantasia route where, except like that ends up in a fiasco, I think. But you know what I mean? Where I can get spells on objects to like clean the apartment itself. Stuff like that. I definitely do. I would love to just have a spell where it's like quick, healthy meal, like when I don't feel like cooking, you know? Um,
Nice.
yeah, stuff like that. There's in a manga. Oh goodness. I can't remember the name of it. It's like the worst 90s manga. I'll have to look it up at some point. But they talked about that, like, if you had a weight problem, like one of the things you could do is take pill capsules of like meals and then you'll lose weight. And I've always thought of like not necessarily the weight loss aspect of that. I mean, I definitely did before, but more the um more the aspect of like when you don't even feel like eating, but you're hungry and you can't even decide on something good or bad, like just having a capsule as like an immediate option to just be satiated, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say for this particular thing, because I'm a little irritated that I have COVID for the third time,
Oh.
is that I can see illness emanating off people.
Uh,
Because guess what wasn't a massed event was MagFest emanating off of people.
oh, is that where you got it at this music
I
festival?
am assuming, you know what? That's an assumption. I'm pretty sure though. Like I spent the last 4 days there. Um, but yeah, that would be kind of illness emanating off people. And depending, like wouldn't necessarily be a COVID thing. As I mean, like you could also, if someone's sick in general, and I don't know them, I can just stay away. Or if it's like, they need help with something, I can see that they're ill, stuff like that. Is there anything else?
That's a
I,
good list. I mean,
yeah,
this
that's a
is
good
going to
one.
be busy to draw that, right?
Yeah.
And so,
I'm definitely not drawing all of it,
okay.
but like I'm going to be doing a comic where I use some of the powers, not all the powers, for sure. Um, because but yeah, these I guess would be all the ones I could think of in the moment, right? And so I guess that we would do next the drawing our personas. Is that correct?
Character character
Character
design.
design.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. So I am I was here it was like probably a month ago, maybe a little less, talking about how burnt out I was on lettering a book. So I've definitely been doing the straight to ink thing a lot, where I spent a year and a half relettering my graphic novel. And I've just been so sick of like yeah, I've been so sick of using rulers and like underlying pencil and stuff that I have just been going straight to ink, and my work, for myself has very much been based on sorry, I'm blanking. Not Julia Wirtz. Julie Duchesne's
Oh, yeah.
um 365.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
yeah. So I'm yeah, so let's do like clean skin spell. But like essentially the straight to ink and then not just kind of incorporating mistakes into stuff. All right. Probably still do a dress.
Clean skin smell. Nice.
Yeah.
Love watching you draw. Oh, look at the sweat. Is that COVID sweat?
No, that would be, I'm assuming, and again, this is like, I would assume that using spells would be hard work. Like
Oh.
they'd be less effort probably than like cleaning my whole apartment, but they would still probably they'd still probably take a certain amount of effort. But that's just like my head thing. Like, I want to like again, it's like being grounded about how the spells would work and how you're more again, you're a witch. You're not like a god that can just do whatever you want. And then my familiars. Um, Probably be yelling at me about food all the time.
What was that yelling about? Oh, the dogs.
The
Okay. I was
dogs
like,
are yelling at
who's
me. Yeah,
yelling at
my
you?
familiars yelling at me about food. But like I would not allow them to essentially right now what I would be doing is making sure that they are staying away from the kitchen. Um so like I'm levitating them maybe something like
It's great to watch you improvise on the page. Such a good
yeah.
card.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Yep. Levitate
All right, so we should be drawing a character to design.
on the page from yeah, that's the problem is like I was thinking of making them float, but I was like, oh no. I that would be like they'd have all the food in my house. Um, I don't know how people have Great Danes and stuff. I mean, what you do is train them, but like I refuse to. I'm not that kind of dog owner, so like Apricot would just be stealing it. She stole stuff off my chair just like a few minutes ago. Away from the kitchen, and then yeah, let's see. Probably would keep the chore arms. Um, so probably always be drawing a comic, and this would be like I'm no, how about a comic about me? I feel like when I did my last one, it was I'm sad, LOL. And I feel like I've grown a little bit and I'm less sad in general. So, but I am still self-indulgent enough that I still mostly do autobio. There we go. Me. Um, oh, and then what would I be doing? Probably be making some online purchases because I have unlimited money. So, cute. There's this like $100 dress I've been desperately wanting to buy for years, and I would buy five of them. Cute
Oh
dress.
yeah, for
Yeah.
every day.
Yep, exactly. It's like a rainbow dress from designer called Tamara Malice. And I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. I've only seen online, but yeah. Um,
So
yes.
we should probably move into, and
Okay.
you're the instructor, you can do what you like, but I think
Oh,
for the attendees, we should move into the part where we draw the character using the power,
using the
right?
power.
Because
Yeah,
we're at 7:30 or 30 after.
I love it. Yeah. And again, if you want, I'm cool with you just spending the whole time working on your witch Sona. Um, like you don't have to. Okay. I didn't realize how tall. All right. Give me a minute. Sorry, I can actually see my screen. Um, so yeah, I'm cool with you just spending the rest of the time like making your witch Sona super refined. That's up to you. Um, I'm gonna draw a comic because I have one in mind.
Oh, nice. Is it going to be about the dogs?
No, it's not. It's gonna be about me at MagFest.
And MagFest, tell us that it's a music fest.
MagFest is a video game and video game music convention. So my boyfriend was invited to do a showcase, and I'm very proud of him for his chiptune music. If you go to my Instagram or my TikTok, you'll see a video. I actually made a couple zines live during people's concerts and gave
Made
them
zine
to. I'm sorry.
live zines, is what you said?
Like, or yeah, I made a zine while they were playing live. So essentially I would draw things, and then I had a sticker maker, and I took a photo of them, made a sticker of them while they were playing, and put it on the cover and gave it to them. Um so yeah.
Right.
And also I
Amazing.
used it as an excuse to dress like the little cyberpunk, like jet set radio girl that I desperately wanted to be as a teenager. Yeah, my boyfriend took me to my first rave completely sober at the age of 36. So like it's really not something I was expecting to do, but it was a lot of fun. Um so this was my, yeah, also if you look at, I spent a lot of time making an outfit, not making an outfit, but like curating an outfit. So that is also on my Instagram. Right. This shirt said game over a bunch. Game over.
So you're making a comic, right? So a multi-panel comic?
Yes, that's correct.
How many panels? I'm just,
Maybe 4 or 5. I haven't. I
that'll
don't.
be,
Yeah.
all right. We'll just have to let you speed through it.
Yeah. Wait, why
Where
am I?
was it? Yes. Was it in Baltimore? You're in Baltimore,
Yeah,
right?
it was in the National Harbor, so it's Alexandria. Um, Tumblr.com.
Suddenly. Are you drawing something over on the right there? If so, can you
Oh,
slide?
crud. Sorry, give me a
No,
second.
it's all right. We just like to
There
see.
we go. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh, nice. Blah, blah, blah. Cool.
Let's find a pen if it'll work for this. Yeah, I bought all new pens from the last time. I just like finally hit go on that.
Oh, look at that. Oh no, is this the person who gave you COVID?
I'm gonna pretend it was. I actually think I do know who. I really do think I do. There was a guy that was coughing, and I was like, I think I'm 6 feet away from him, and I didn't want to be rude, so I didn't move. And I was like, oh, I can't believe there's this entire comedy bit by a woman about how like she thought an Uber driver was going to kill her, but she didn't want to be rude and get out of the car, so she like waited till she got to her destination. And it's just like how women are so like trained about politeness that anyway. Um So yeah, you got the eyes.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you to scoot that.
Oh, gotcha.
There we go. Yeah,
Sorry,
thanks.
sorry. I gotcha. I see
It's
it.
all right. It's all right.
Yep. My bad, my bad, my bad. Sorry, my setup is so not.
Pretty low tech,
Yeah,
but
always.
more high tech than 10 years ago. So I think
That's true.
you're of the times. Wait, this is so autobiographical. I forgot it's a witch comic. So I'm wondering what power we're gonna see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Some sort of spell is being cast.
But yeah, I'm all red because this is a lot of effort. Well, let's see. Do I have any color? I do have color. There you go.
That's so that's it's so kind of you to teleport him back to his apartment and not to some
Well, you know
horrible place,
what?
you know?
It, I'm doing it because this is maybe something I might have different fantasies about later, like in private. There we go. So, but also something I also think about when I think about either revenge fantasies or powers a lot is like how to make sure you don't get caught. Um,
Oh,
because that's a big thing for me. So when it comes to teleportation, uh, I I'm cheating here, but a lot of times what I do when I think, because that's another reason I want teleportation if I wasn't just like irritated about having COVID, is that you could go to like, you could table it literally every show and it would not be a big deal because you could just go anywhere. Um, but you would just never have FOMO for the rest of your life. But so like a big thing is like, if I was going to teleport, like where would I go in order to make sure I didn't just like bamf into existence like Nightcrawler without getting caught? All right, let's see this. Having to figure out like exactly which bathroom you would have to teleport into. A lot of times I follow like the Dragon Ball Z Goku logic of when he gets teleportation powers, he can only go to places he's already been. Um, because I think that's like a really neat like constriction of what you can do. So that's like a big thing for me too, is when you're using powers, again, it's like they're limited. All right, let's make him talk about something
I
that's like,
I love that you go back into the com into your comic in various places and you're sort of adding some details in other places that we thought you were finished.
yeah, but I have time. If I didn't have
Well,
time. What is oh, I'm trying to think of just like your take on
anime.
makes everyone uncomfortable. My humor is so much usually darker. I don't want to like say anything in an all kid like an all ages space.
And
Because
you
this
really
is
lean.
for MagFest too, is that like my boyfriend was asking how people propose panels. There were some I went to amazing panels too. Um and like so much of it is about like one making sure it's doable because my boyfriend had an idea about doing something about teaching something on the M8, which is the music thing that he uses, he but they were like, well, we'd have to have an M8 for everybody in the workshop, which is not feasible. But apparently there was one like guy that had a really polished, good proposal. And they were like really trying to figure out whether or not they could allow him to do it because I don't know if they ended up being let him do it or not, but it was really thought out, well polished presentation. But the implications, like it on paper, it wouldn't seem like it was a big creepy idea, but the implications of it, they know exactly what kind of guy they're dealing with. I don't think they ended up having him, but some really fascinating I went to some really fascinating panels. One was about consent at conventions. And like it was like Ready Player Two, and it was all about like sex and conventions and consent. And I was so impressed. I was shocked at how good it was. And I was really impressed with the audience.
Mm.
There were a lot of different, I was just assuming it was going to be a lot of like femme and women, but there were a lot of guys. And they specifically had a guy that was talking about his experience of being assaulted at MagFest, um, as a way to like destigmatize the fact that men can also get assaulted, which is why he was talking about it, which I thought was amazing. And then there was one where like a creative director, you would submit your website, and then he would give you notes on how to fix your website while playing Tony Hawk 2, which is very good. Like that was really fun. So um yeah. Uh
Anna, as you finish up there, I'll recommend that people raise their hands if they want to share. How about that?
oh yeah, definitely. I'm actually going to stop then.
I
Okay.
love watching you like, fill in these black areas and stuff, but
Yeah,
it's probably a good time
awesome.
for people to share. But no, I mean, keep going. And so you had like a teeth on your mask or something?
Yeah, I drew so there's a music video, and if you ask me any details about it, there's a music video from a couple years ago of a video game.
Oh,
And
Anna, also raise your Zoom hand really fast again. I know that's going to be tricky. It
let me
might
see
not
if I can
work.
do that
Yeah,
later.
see if you can.
Wait, and
Um, not the one on the phone,
no,
but
I know. I'm trying to
oh.
see. I don't there's a share reactions.
No, not the one
Right.
on the phone.
There we go.
Yeah, but
There
the
we go.
other one, the one on your real phone, your real computer.
This is the one on my real computer. Got it. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. I just did it on my
Okay,
phone.
it's all good.
Okay.
Good. That just keeps you up in the what am I trying to say, in the queue a little better,
Hmm.
and we'll let you keep drawing. Okay, so we've got some people want to share. Walter, Kate, and Marlene. We can go to them, and then we'll see if other people want to share. I want to see some. Oh, see, your Zoom hand just fell down again. Gosh darn it! I don't know how to change that. Anyway, um, all right, so we'll start with Walter, and we'll go to Kate and Marlene and Monica. Hey, Walter, how's it going? Replace the spotlight. There we go.
Hello, this has been great. Thank you so much, Anna. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
So I just did a Witch
Hmm.
Sona, and I copied a bunch of stuff from some of my favorite movies. Tianjin Mystic is a Chinese movie where a guy who is working on the mystery also has the magic power. If he smokes cigarettes, he has visions. And I quit
That
smoking 25 years ago, and I'd love to do it again if I
oh my
could do
God.
that.
That's
And
great.
then there was another Chinese movie called Jian Wuqi. And I always dug, his spells are on little talismans that are little, like slips of paper, and he has to write them down and pull them out and toss them. So I have a bunch of those here. And a cat familiar who will let me talk to animals.
Love it.
So that's the deal. And a cool hat just because, you can if you're a witch.
Yeah,
That's a super cool hat.
I love it.
Awesome.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you
Walt.
very much. It's been fun.
I love that. Thanks.
What a great idea is like, how can I have an excuse to get back to my favorite vice? Well, what if there's magic involved? I love
Cigarettes, you mean?
that.
Okay.
That's great.
We'll go to Kate now, and then Marlene.
I don't know how to get rid of this background. I have to like practice. I always like every time I'm on a Zoom meeting, I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out when the meeting is over, and then I don't. But
You might
anyway,
have in order to.
uh, nice waterfall.
Yeah.
Uh, and this.
Oh,
Oh
Can't see
no.
it. Can you put it
So
in front of yourself?
I
See
can't
if that
fix
works?
this quick. We can just move on, but does anybody know how to like get rid of
it's
the
usually
video?
under video, under stop video, there's usually an arrow with some options, and and what you'll see is
Blur my background.
yeah, well,
Try that.
virtual. Actually,
Okay.
so now now unblur it. Go to choose virtual background perhaps, or and then click none, and then maybe it'll
Okay.
blur.
None. All right.
Nice job.
This is real life. All right. So let's see if we can get this to show. It's weird. It's not quite the assignment, but I thought it was
I
kind of
love it.
Yeah.
funny. I
The
was
wax-
like,
Yeah.
and I can't read it backwards, so maybe y'all can read this.
I can do it. Anna, do you want to do it or do you want me to read it?
I can't read it.
Chill
I
everyone out.
everyone
That's number
out.
one.
Yeah.
Chill everyone out.
Love it.
Two is any food can instantly be browned.
That
Three,
is so good. I love
three
it.
is jetpack or anti-gravity. And then below that, can you raise it just a little bit, Kate? It says,
What and I ended up focusing on the browning of foods.
oh, that's fantastic.
So she's kind of like she says, I am the cheese and the blowtorch. So it's super profound, don't you think? Anyway, and just needing some familiars, we have for no reason, a short-billed flamingo and a hairy platypus.
I love it.
And so what happens after that, we went into like this is the closest I got to
I love it.
I beckon the bread. So I kind of like this. I don't know how exactly the browning is going to happen, but
That's a great character.
that's a witch Sona for sure, right?
She looks great. No, I love that's such I love the way that works. The fact that the flame like moves, that's fabulous.
I don't
That's,
know if
that's
the
a
hat's
good
going to
pose.
fall off when she, but anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for the stimulation.
Awesome, Kate. Thanks. We'll go to Marlene next, and then Anna, then Monica. Okay, there we go. Hi, Marlene.
Hi, Marlene.
Are you
Well,
able to unmute? Let me see if I can get her to unmute. Marlene, you're still muted.
yeah, we can't hear you.
Hi,
There we go.
Kate and Tom. Kate? Yeah.
Anna.
Oh, no, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I gave you a name. I hope you forgive me. Yeah. When you said witch, I really got into it,
Love it.
and I created a computerized witch. And so she has a number of superpowers. The superpower witch. She has an electrified hat, and which is solar powered electricity. Then she's got a USB that can be recharged for her memory. And she's got a microphone if she needs to speak to a number of people very loudly.
Love
And
it.
then she's got a keyboard is linked to an ATM to withdraw money endlessly.
See,
And
everyone reads
yeah.
that money spell. I'm telling you.
Jay, yeah, and then her feet are detachable and rechargeable, so they can come off.
They're like the little Astro Boy boots. I like it.
Yeah, so she's like an asteroid. Then she zooms around and she sees a building with her X-ray eyes. She looks through the wall and can see, yeah, well, there's some wealth at the back of those brick walls at the mint, and it's gold. So she thinks, oh, okay, I can go through the wall miraculously and access the gold and put it into my ATM with my superpowers. And I will use my feet to get to the gold because those feet can do anything. Then eventually she's inside and she's loading up all the gold, as much as she can take. And her memory counts it very quickly. So it's like a bullion. She hit the jackpot. And then she's able now in this panel to go across space and to find a proper destination to go and live. And she sees a beautiful island with palm trees. So she zooms with the magical powers down to the island.
Mhm.
And there is a boat there and everything that she would need to enjoy the luxury of the island. And then those steps, her shoes are detachable, remember? So
Nice.
those shoes, she takes them off because she can recharge them later. And it looks around to see the way forward for the future where they can settle even further. And there are endless possibilities into the future, such as a peaceful environment. Her eyeball can sense danger, and there are many opportunities
Mhm.
to access. So, yeah, this is my witchery do.
I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Marlene. We'll go to Monica next and then Michaela, and then Jay. Monica, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. So I don't know how well this is gonna show up. Let me see if I can. So
What a smart idea for the cauldron.
basically, I'm like a snail, and I kind of don't like the cheesy sound of my power, but basically, I want to inspire everybody, or I'm able to, in this case, inspire everybody in my path to just do whatever they do that's the best of them. So because I think other people could probably help the world more than I can individually. So that was my thought there. And I've got two pet mice, and they're my moral guides because I kind of need it. I have my cat who's blowing these anti-anxiety bubbles.
Oh, yes.
That's so good.
And then my power is shown here through this map. So this is like where I've been. So it starts out with I have a horse, and he's a miniature version, and he's very, very sweet. So he's mediating an issue between a worm and its segment because they broke apart there, and he's helping them come to emotional joining. And then this is a caterpillar that's inspired to make art after deprioritizing it too long.
Nice.
And then this is an ant and an aphid that have just entered into a mutually beneficial relationship. So yeah, I think that's all. So
No, I love this. It's very, I think people get self-conscious when they're being genuine and sweet. And like I think that this is a lovely way to go about is like making people be the best version of themselves. That's a great power. Like I love that. Yeah.
Well, thanks. I really appreciate this workshop. You did a really good job of just like making this really clear very quickly. So I felt like I could start drawing quickly. So I'm glad that I was able to create something this full.
I love it.
I really appreciate it.
No, I love it. And I love everything about the character design. I love that you're somehow a giant snail and your cat is super tiny. That's great too.
Everything's shrunken.
Everything's smaller, or it's like either you're a normal size snail and your cat is minuscule, or an enormous snail and the cat is like normal size. But I love it. I love it. This is also the use of the map is very clever. Like I will go, Tom has probably seen, and if you follow me, you've probably seen me freak out about how much I love Kathy genuinely, the comic. But I don't get an opportunity enough to explain like back when oh my God, what is the name of the Family Circus was like good, because people really only know later Family Circus. But one of the mapping that he did is one of like the most clever things in comics, and it kind of reminds me of that. Like you see everywhere they go, you go, and every like you go around and tell people or like and mediate problems. Like I think it's a really brilliant thing to do. I
Well,
love it.
thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, Monica. We'll go to Michaela next, and then Jay after that, and then Jules.
Yeah, let me get some light on here. So I have my, can you see it okay? I have my
fabulous.
I have my list. They're just ordinary spells. Keep from running out of oil, find parking.
Hmm.
Let me hold it up a little bit better. What else? Deter package thieves. Make the tech in my classroom work perfectly every time. And then my powers are home cleaning, sidewalk shoveling, make garbage disappear, and dog grooming.
Oh,
and these are all the things I was struggling with this
how
week.
did I not think
You
of dog
know,
grooming?
but so the one I went with was the dog grooming. And so I'll reveal the spell to all of you. It is groom, zoom, zoom, boom.
I'm obsessed with this. Oh my goodness. One, your drawings
That's how
are
you
so
manage
charming.
life.
I love it. I love it. Your drawings are so charming. One.
Oh,
Two,
that's thank you.
two is me thinking about, of course, I need a dog grooming spell. Apricot, I was going to get her groomed this week, and then I got COVID, and now I'm just gonna have to deal with her smelling like a butt for the next however many weeks that I have to do this. And it's a good moneymaker. Like you could easily just do a spell on everybody's
Oh,
dog.
that's right. I could totally
Yeah. Right. That's a
retire
thing. You got
basically.
to think about how are your powers going to be a side hustle in today's economy? No one is getting paid enough with their daytime job. You got to side hustles. So no, that's no. And also, yeah, I think your draw, God, that dog, the drawing of you, I love your character design, but the groomed version of your dog is just like top tier
Well,
cartoon.
honestly, I just used reference photos though. I looked up dog grooming and then used like a, what is it called? Not the line drawing, but what's the other
Right.
search? Oh, clips or something, right? And
Right.
and I just redrew it.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
So there you go.
Reference, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is fun.
Thanks, Michaela. We'll go to Jay next. So great.
Hi, Anna.
Hi.
I did a couple little sketches of power. Ooh, which way do I go? This side. So I live in Portland, and my power that I first thought of was rain be gone. So me and my dog never getting wet.
Right.
Sketched out some other ones, like having the power to edit books on demand, because I'm a very persnickety reader. Perfect recall. I'm a teacher, so when students ask questions, being able to like not have to Google would be great. And like clean hands forever. But the one that I focused on drawing was no more yarn vomit. If I can get that.
I love it. Oh my God, that's a beautiful drawing.
Crochet a lot. And so if you've ever tried to pull yarn out of the center of a skein, it doesn't always go nicely.
That's fantastic.
Perfect. No more yarn vomit.
Yeah. That's fabulous.
Awesome, Jay. Thank you so much. Great. We'll go to Jules next. Thanks, Jay.
Hello. Hi. Sorry, my screen's a little blurry. So for my little wish list, I went with very like Howl's Moving Castle, like towards the end, when he turns into just a big bird monster. The area I live in right now has a lot of like feral turkeys. Like they're not indigenous to the area, they're just here and everybody hates them. So I just like the idea of being like, I still have a human head and like big poofy hair, but just like this like weird turkey body, just like this big bird creature.
Endanger you though?
What?
If you got these, are people hunting these turkeys?
No, because the turkeys are not indigenous to this area. They're just around. They just like they don't care. It's great. Like the turkeys don't care about people bothering them. They just like they walk in the street. It's great. Utter freedom. So in addition to all the powers of like bird, I would like be able to like collect and forage and like make yummy food for people and like magically make soup that would make people feel better. I'd be able to talk to animals and plants and objects. I would be able to fly at least short distances, but I would be like still lazy enough that I would like go to fly, but I would like, if I could take a train somewhere and it was easier, like yeah. But it would be an option. Because turkeys can fly more than you would think. It's wild. And then also I would like carry stuff with my feet just because that's fun. Like I could like levitate stuff, but it's fun to carry stuff with the feet. And then in terms of my comic, I don't know how long to be with this. Nope, wrong way.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I took it's blurry, alas, but I took some like little sketches that I had done of like trees, and I had myself like so I'm talking to another bird, and was like and I basically just talked to it and ask it how it's doing, and it's like had kind of a rough day, so I asked if it wants me to just like basically magic up some hot worm soup for it, and like hot worm soup and some tea, and just like talk it out. And it's like, yeah, that'd be actually really nice.
So I'm loving how sweet your participants are, in the sense that so many of them are like, my spells are about taking care of others, versus mine that are all about like vengeance and like glorifying myself, helping myself out.
Hey, sometimes vengeance is a form of self-care and caring for community.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd be like, I can do that after I make bank for myself. Then I can, we'll help the others in the future, kind of deal. That's very sweet. And also, yeah, the drawings are lovely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you again. All right, we'll go to Nina next.
Okay. Maybe I'm gonna blow that curve. My character.
Oh, I love. Okay, sorry.
I had been dealing with cancer for the last year, and so I want to fight. My witch Sona is going to fight cancer, and I'm going to be the radiation. I'm going to be the chemo, and I'm going to destroy the tumors, and I'm going to bring back joy and the ability to eat things and to erase scars. And anyway, that's as far as I got here. I didn't have time to do a comic with it. But yeah, I just kind of want to be the energy that destroys cancer.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. And also their character design is amazing. Like that rocks. And this is wonderful. And also, yeah, thanks. It's really good.
Awesome.
Just need to process, and thank you for letting me process.
Awesome, Nina. Thank you. And a good reminder, everybody, put it on social media, or also we'll be making a PDF again. So that's in the chat. So contribute any way you can, or just share it any way you can. Emma, we're coming to you next.
Okay, so
go to Teresa.
Here's my witch Sona. My powers are foraging. I'm never cold. And I have underwater breathing in sight, and I always have perfect hair.
See, yeah, the appearance ones. Important.
Yeah, why not? Okay, so, and my familiar is a frog named Gurnuette who can change size. So I just did a little scene with the underwater breathing, where we're going to visit Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
I love it.
And there's Gurnuette as a very small frog.
Why are you visiting Ursula? I would not trust her.
Well, she's just a fellow witch that I'm friends with. I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. You're right. That's fair. That's fair. I will say that drawing of your familiar in the first panel, that was a really well-drawn frog. I am not someone that can draw a frog. That is a really well-drawn frog.
Thanks, Emma. Awesome. All right, we'll go to Teresa next, then Jackie, then Hunter. Here we go.
I think I may not have mine. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. Mine was like I'm sorry, I don't have this switched on readability, but my powers are not being clumsy, having good eyesight, no pain, good hearing. I want to be able to make people feel better, like in Wings of Desire, like how the angels would just touch people and they would feel great. And flying, obviously, I love teleportation, and so I'm travel. So I'm like off to Venice and Dublin, and I want to do time travel. I want to fly. That's the first thing, is flying always. And the moon is my friend, and we tell each other secrets. And I have snakes for hair, and they carry my stuff.
That rocks.
So that's water, grimoire, journal, art supplies, wish boy. And then this is one of my little familiars are crows and ravens. My cape has amethyst and onyx on it. These are the little houses I fly over. I have dreams like this where I'm flying. I'm flying over mountains and the moon is bright and stuff. So sorry, y'all, I didn't switch the thing.
No, it's
my snakes and my birds are all friends with each other, and my snakes like to sing to me too. So that's pretty much it. That's as far as I got.
I will say the overview of the Earth, like, and the sky, like the entire layout of this drawing is really well done. Like you really capture the whimsy of both the moon being your buddy and the fact that you're like going over like beautiful parts of the Earth, like flying over them. That's great. It's fabulous.
I kept thinking about the snowman, like I'm flying through the air, So that's what it is. Thank you. This is so fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa. We'll go to Jackie next. Here we go.
So this, I didn't get too into detail here. This is my witch Sona, and I have gems here in memory of my mother, who I recently lost because she loved jewelry, and gems are supposed to have all these mystic powers, but so there's that. But I did this comic with I wish my cat, and my cat is my familiar, my cat Monkey. I wish I was magic. All the BS that I wouldn't have to deal with. Okay, Shazam, because cats are kind of magic. Monkey, I didn't know you could do that. You never asked. I'll just wiggle my nose. No need to overthink this. Wow, look at all the stuff that I can do right, and on the first try. And it's
that's
like
real.
Yeah, it's like my taxes and knitting something without having to pull back a bunch of rows and clean my pretties.
Yeah.
And now I'm free to use the awesome powers that I had all the time. And that's me, like, getting a book deal, making zines, going on Etsy, making like the best chicken ever. And I said, or you could have just given me the straight up writing drawing powers from the get-go. Too easy. But
no, I see, this is the practical implications of having powers. You have so many things you can save time on that you can focus on the things that you love.
Those were the powers that I wanted most.
Yeah, absolutely. Love
That's
it.
what my witch Sona has.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Awesome. We'll go to Hunter next. All right, let's see.
Hi.
Hi.
So I spent all my time on my character design. So I'm streaming my laptop on my TV in case you got scared because the sound is echoing. So anyways, I spent all my time on my character design. So I didn't get to the comic yet, but this is mine. I'm a dream witch because I'm really into dream interpretation, but I always wish I had more time to write my dreams down. So I can sleep as long as I want, and my dreams write instantly into my dream journal. And then I have really long braids because I braid my hair whenever I go to sleep. And then my cat is my familiar, and we speak telepathically with each other, and we visit each other in our dreams, and we can go on journeys together and like lucid dream and astral project and all that good stuff. And everybody comes to me for me to interpret their dreams. And I have like my witch hat is like a little sleeping bonnet.
Yeah. This is very much like Sailor Moon, but
oh yes, it's very much inspired.
Yeah, the character design is incredibly, it's really charming. I mean that in the best way, by the way. Just like The braids are super beautiful. Like it's very much like the manga of Sailor Moon. Definitely. I love the way that you draw eyes and faces. And I like the cohesion of the way you do it with the cat and you. Yeah, I just very well done. Very well done.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hunter. Bye. We'll go to Linda next. There we go. Are you unmuted?
Thank you. Sorry for the hands. I was typing in the chat. So my superpower. Let's see. Here's my persona. Very good. Okay, so just sort of a standard looking witch. I think that my familiars are more interesting. I have a fox, a frog, and a wasp. I just took a wasp ID class last week, so I'm very interested in what wasps look like. My superpowers are that I can see magnified insects and flowers. I can understand what animals want. I can taste water and soil and so forth. And I have this magic wand that lets me bring things back into balance. And I experience amazement.
That's great. Just classic good stuff.
And so then here is the comic. My frog here says to me, Linda, there's something funky about the water. And I say, well, let me just taste it and see what's going on. And I say, oh, well, the pond has a microbiome that's a little bit off whack. I'll just magic it into balance. And the frog says, yay. And then I get to shrink down and get on the wasp. And I'm amazed because we're flying over everything. And the wasp says, let's go.
Fantastic. I love a wasp familiar.
Yeah, it's really good.
They're so awesome. Most wasps don't sting you, and they're good for everything. So please be nice to your wasps.
Oh, okay. I will
remember that. Remember that this summer. Yes.
I will.
And experience amazement whenever you can.
Thanks, Linda.
Thanks.
So experience amazement is a great power. Okay, we'll go to Sarah next.
Hello. I don't know if you can see this little doodle very well, but this is my witch Sona. I'm supposed to be in baggy clothes, and these are rats who have chewed holes in my clothes, and they're poking their heads out.
That's so good.
And so, yeah, my power, it's a little morbid, sorry, but the power is that I can see how a person will die. So I have a magnifying glass, and I have my little scythe, which doesn't actually feature in the comics. So someone comes to visit me, Dr. Witch, can you really see what I will die of? And if you let me look at this drop of blood, I can. And so drop of blood goes on the magnifying glass. You smear it out. You look through it. She says, so what's it going to be? And then who knows what that is? And I'm like, natural causes.
Yeah, it's like, what would you do with that information? Like, okay, I don't know, but that's pretty good. I like it. I really like the character. I like the art style a lot.
Thanks.
Awesome, Sarah. Thanks. That was great. Again, everybody share in social media. Please let us see this again. And also, if you want to contribute to the PDF, it's in the chat. Alex, we'll go to you next if you'll come on screen, and then we'll go to Edgar after that. Excuse me. Maybe we'll just Alex coming on. There we go.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. So I tried to flip my camera like this.
Great. Oh, that's
like
cool.
Yes. So that's my witch Sona. And I could instantly generate extravagant hairstyles.
There you go.
And I could glide some inches over the ground and make ramen noodles out of my sleeve anytime.
Oh, I love this.
My little familiar party tells me remember to be nice to you and to others anytime.
I love this. This is very good.
So that's it. Hey, thank you. I enjoyed that very much. So thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. No, I'm seeing in the chat people freaking out over Hardy. Hardy is very, yeah.
Thanks so much, Alex.
I like gliding too, because that's probably really fun. And it's something I've never thought about before is like just gliding over the air. That's really smart.
I picture this like ice skating, but without ice and skate or skates.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. We'll go to Edgar next. Thank you so much.
Well, that one was fabulous. And thank you, Anna and Tom, for the inspiration. And what I did was my witch Sona powers, flying to other dimensions and time, power to drain mental illness, addiction from loved one, reveal your powers of love to a potential loved one, potential to drain life-threatening illnesses so loved ones don't die, power to collect radio and television signals to rescue live shows from the edge of space, and the sixth, who knows? Well, anyway, one of my favorite comic book heroes is the Spectre, and this is adapted from Showcase number 60. So on this side, we have Edgar extracting all the horrible mental and addiction issues from this loved one who's drinking absinthe. And on this side, we have Edgar extracting diseases, in this case, cancer, from another loved one, and she's rising from her hospital bed, the Acme hospital bed from Warner Brothers Cartoons. So anyway, thank you for this opportunity to be more powerful than I actually am.
No, I like the second I saw the drawing, I'm like, oh, the Golden Age and Silver Age like references, or like the aesthetic is so good, and it's something that I don't know, you just don't see a lot of independent cartoonists like making that kind of aesthetic anymore. I really enjoy the way this looks. I also think specifically how you are taking out the illness out of your loved one, or out of the loved one in the Acme bed, is a very compelling drawing. Like that's really well done. It's great.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome, Edgar. Thank you so much. And again,
You bet,
everybody
Tom.
share on social media. We'll go to Gail next, Lentil after that. Here we go. And we're winding down.
All right. Those were great. And I'm a little embarrassed. My superpowers are all super selfish. So okay, so my powers that I would like to have are can communicate with my cats, can read faster, can eat as much chocolate, drink as much coffee as I want with no bad effects.
Love it.
Zap the dishes clean and sing really well. So here is my comic. In my comic, I'm just basically doing all these things. Here I am reading with my cats and a bowl of chocolate. My hat is on the side. I don't really like hats, so I put it to the side.
There you go. It's like
they make my head itch. And here I am with my espresso and my chocolate croissant. I finally had time to read all my books, and then in this panel, I'm asking my cat if she's okay. Should I take you to the doctor? And she says, I have a little tummy ache, but it's okay. No doctor, please. Thank you for this. It was really fun.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I think powers that are like food based, because we have so much baggage, both like emotionally and physically, around food. So I think like if you asked a lot of people and had them really sit down and think about what kind of powers they would have, I know that when my eating disorder was a lot worse, was definitely more in like the what if I could just like figure out a way to have a healthy relationship with food kind of thing. But I love that yours is like specifically like, yeah, coffee and chocolate don't agree with me and I want to be able to eat it. And it's like, yeah, go off, like be able to do that. That's great. I love
it. Awesome, Gail. Thank you so much. We'll go to Lentil next, and then we'll finish up with Vale.
Hello. I'm going to screen share again.
Oh, I might have to give you that power. Hang on a second. Give you that witch Sona power.
I'm going to screen spell real quick. Okay. So my powers were oh, that's kind of deceiving. So I can speak to animals. My familiars is Toad, named Toadsy. I have an infinite knapsack, so I can carry all the stuff that I always need to be carrying. A cloak of forever dry and warm. It's been pretty rainy here. Also, it's been really cold. I'd like to not always be both of those ways.
Yep.
And never dying boots. Like my boots are always falling apart, and like I have like 3 pairs of boots, and they have different kinds of holes, so I wear different ones for different days. Not pictured is Tinker Skills. I didn't show it, but it was part of my list. So my final thing is a spell. So it's like, what do you want to do today, Toadsy? And they're like rivet, which I interpret as nothing. And I'm like, oh yeah, sounds good.
Okay. You have all
The
these
spell-
powers. You're not going to use them.
Yeah, the spell of here and now, which is basically, I think animals that have this skill a lot of just existing. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
good.
great. Yeah. Very meditative. Like, I love it. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And Lentil was our PDF prompter a couple weeks ago. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
I encourage everybody to do that
I
again.
recognize them from the last workshop, so it's good to see
Right.
again. Yeah.
Thanks, Lentil. Okay, we'll go to Vale. This will be our last one. Let's see. Here we go.
Yay. Yay. So I just finished my witch sauna as fast as I could. I got lost. I'm like near at the end of my sketchbook. Like I have a few pages left. So I don't know how to draw my witch as a comic. So all I did is create. Thank you. I just create
So cool.
I just create my witch soda by the ideas that I could think of if I was ever a witch. Like I have the power to communicate with insects. I can see ghosts in the air that looks psychedelic, and my eyes would change color when I use them. And every time I take steps, my feet can make the plants grow in spirit, not literally, but possibly in spirit. And as you know, and based on the outfit that she's wearing, it's based on a few outfits I own, like my star leggings, my star slippers, my llama sweater, which I sometimes wear to sleep, and the sash under it.
Craft. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, I'm always a night owl in general, and I also, if I was ever a witch, I would definitely take the job to do a lot of things at night.
It's so good.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vale. So great. So colorful.
Mhm.
Right. I'm gonna go back to Anna. Anna, how you feeling? I've done things like this with COVID, and by the end you're like, oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, definitely like let's wrap it up. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, and I want to really thank you for sticking it out and giving us such a great, generous, fun prompt. So many people did so many great personal things, and
Yeah.
you
I'm
got to
really
see.
blown away by the last couple like sessions we've had in particular where people have just been crushing it. I love it.
Yeah, awesome. And thanks for telling us about Witch Sona Week, which I didn't realize was an actual
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah,
now
that's why
everybody's prepped for next
schedule.
week.
Yeah. You guys are all ready to go. Like polish those things off and post them tonight in the what is it, #Friday workshop. And
Friday
then
Night Comics, yeah.
yeah, right. And then next week you're gonna be ahead of the curve. It's gonna be great.
All right, we're gonna let you get some sleep. Everybody, I'm asking you all to unmute. Let's give Anna a thank you. I also want to give a shout out.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you for the fun session.
So fun.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much, Anna.
Erica, Pascal, come join us.
Sona's forever.
It was really nice meeting you.
Loved it. Thank you so much, Anna. That was so fun.
Thank you for fighting through COVID. We appreciate it.
No, I know. It's so hard.
Be better.